Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Go, you drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go.
And so far, so good. You know, we had a day there where it was kind of like rolling up the ends with Hogwarts and some, like a Dragon Ishin, which was a good chill day. But I was very happy to do something different yesterday with Wolong. You know, Wolong is a challenging game. Wolong, quite frankly, being an action-based game where almost everything can kill you almost right away, ends up being, I feel, a game for a completely different audience than what I usually play. You know, a lot of the games these days that I've found myself playing that you guys recommend I play are these more lengthy, chill gameplay experiences where we can relax, we can talk a lot while I play them, and that's all well and good. And I really like those playthroughs, but I also like variety, and therefore having the opportunity to play a variety of stuff with you guys as opposed to just the same kind of thing every day is a good thing. And I do feel like recently when I'm playing games like One Piece Odyssey, Like a Dragon Ishin, Hogwarts Legacy, Oblivion, they're all the kind of lengthy, drawn-out, chill RPGs, and then people get bored. So I'm glad that we now have Wolong in the mix. Remember, as I've told you guys, the next major game that I'm planning on playing will be the Metroid Prime remake / remaster. I don't even know what they're calling it on the Switch. And that's also a very different kind of game, right? It's a classic. People like that game from the past. I did play it once on the Wii. I really sucked at it. Using the Wii controls in addition to the fact that I never played the game before just led me to make tons of mistakes and stupid deaths and stuff. Hoping playing it this time around on the Switch will have better controls. I know the Switch Pro Pad and everything, right? You would think. But I guess we'll see. But I'm excited for that when we get to it. But the question is, when will we get to it? Well, whenever we finish the game. Well, I don't think we're beating Oblivion anytime soon. We're only in Chapter 5 of Like a Dragon Ishin. And as you know, the Like a Dragon games typically have around 13 to 16 chapters. I would say the one we are likely going to beat next would be Hogwarts, where we just entered winter. And for people who've played it and beaten it, I guess they're saying like basically winter will probably be about maybe 3 streams, and then there's the finale after that. So, if I keep it in the rotation as I plan on doing, likely within, not this week, but maybe by the end of next week, if not, maybe just the beginning of that middle time of March, we should be wrapping up Hogwarts, and then we can start something new with Metroid Prime, okay? Now, the other thing is, we're hinging on continuously playing Wolong. And here's the thing about Wolong, which we'll talk about in a moment, because like I said, I want to talk about it in detail. I'm not convinced this is going to be a game that people are going to want to see a full playthrough of. And I'm serious about that, too. Based on what I saw yesterday, everyone started off very interested in what it was. They tuned into that first stream on curiosity purposes, right? Last night's stream did okay. But all right, it's a new release. And already the second stream that I did of the game only did okay. Meaning average amount of viewers. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of shocking to me, but not really. And I think what it is the game, as we're going to talk about, doesn't really differentiate itself enough, nor does it do anything in a convincingly different way from what FromSoft has already done to stand alone. For example, when Neo came out, I remember outright telling you guys, wow, so this is interesting because Neo feels like Dark Souls, but with ultra-responsive controls. If you remember when I first played Neo, I was able to use the spear and parry boss attacks and parry giant things and basically persevere and really kick the game's butt when it came down to the end of it. At first I was struggling, but once I kind of learned the system, I did pretty darn good in Neo. Admittedly, though, I got my butt kicked by certain side missions and quests and things like that. And yes, Neo was very repetitive with a lot of reused enemies and assets. But overall, it did kind of stand alone as something unique in the game space at the time. Because all the FromSoft games always had this weird designed input delay to make the game more challenging. While Neo was like instantaneously, you could do whatever, and it felt like you had way more control over that game. I hate to say it, Wolong doesn't feel that different at all. It definitely feels like they tried to copy Sekiro, but they didn't do as good of a job. it feels like, man, I really wish that this had these two gameplay elements from Sekiro that were so good. They're not in this game. And because they're not, the game's more simplistic and the game's more frustrating. And it feels less polished. It feels like it's full of wonkiness and bugs and issues. And I don't know if that's really going to retain interest and viewership. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think maybe another couple streams, but what might happen, as tends to happen with a game like this, that's a knockoff of the mainstream title, is people will get bored. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm noticing a distinct already. How can it be the first stream of the game, right, was good, and then already the second stream, big drop off, right? And is this going to continue or not? You know, this will be a game that I'm going to be playing as main daytime streams, not night streams, okay? We'll see. I'm playing it again on Sunday, and I guess we will see what happens. But we're going to talk about the game in a minute. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, okay? So,
The drip go. I got 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 the drip go.
It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.